Hello, Two Brain YouTube world. I am Jay Cohen, coming to you from Locomotion Fitness in Charleston, South Carolina, here to talk to you about living a rich life as a gym owner. And today, we're going to talk about some of the darker moments on that path. So a little ways back, I did a video about moving the dirt. And when life gets hard, it's all about moving dirt. Some days you get a shovel, some days you get a spoon, but you gotta move the pile. And today we're gonna talk about some spoon days. So number one, the first thing that came to mind when I heard that you guys wanted more stories, more failure stories and overcoming them, was a near fatal mistake on hiring. So we have a ton of really great resources on hiring in Two Brain, and I ignored all of them because I got super excited about somebody who came into the gym who wanted to coach for me. His personality was incredible. He had tons of experience, tons of certifications. It felt too good to be true. And of course, I'm the type of person, I really try and be optimistic. I try and see the good in people. And I just took this guy at his word. And it come to find out, he was almost nothing that he said he was. So long story short, another member of Two Brain got an application from this coach as well. And she went and investigated the certifications that he said he had. And they were not there. This guy had said he had his CrossFit level 1 and he had created it on Photoshop, said he had his CSCS, like so many certifications, he had none of them if you actually check them in the database. Then come to find out, not only that, but another gym had filed a lawsuit against him that was criminal because he had stolen client information, charged bills, all sorts of different stuff. I almost let this man walk into my business, of which he would have had full access to my member management software, and really wreak havoc because I was too stubborn to follow protocols that already existed for me. I made a call that I was a good judge of character, and I wholeheartedly believe I am a good judge of character. However, in this case, I missed it. And that is why procedures, policies are so important. And so I took a step back and I said, what can we do moving forward to make sure that this does not happen ever again? So doing things like verifying certifications, having more than one person involved in the hiring process so that we can talk to one another about the interviews and the vibes that we're getting, and a lengthier process of talking about people's experience and watching them coach, and all of that stuff just got very systemized. And we had some of that before, but it was more sort of fly by the seat of my pants. And it became very clear that we needed a very SOP'd hiring process. So that's one good one. Another really big one was before I was in this space, which is 8,000 square feet, I was across the street. I could throw a rock to it about 200 yards away, and it was a 2,600 square foot space. After being in that space for about 18 months or so, we were bursting at the seams. I mean, I had 3 personal training sessions going on. I had a foundation session, a group class that had 12 people in it. Thank goodness I had a covered patio area, but there was no room to move. So I was aggressively looking for something to expand. Just so happened, I had a little, about 1,000 square foot, like shed type building that was attached to my current space. In fact, they used to be connected, but we had put plywood up over the door, and another business was literally using it as a shed, as storage. So I went to the landlords when I heard that they were leaving and said, hey, can I have that space? And they said, yeah, absolutely. For that space, it was a ridiculous amount of money. But again, like I had no alternative. So I decided to take it on. I told all of our members that we were taking that space on. And that is the mistake that I want to highlight here. You need to be certain that things are going to happen before they go out to the membership. So I told them that we were all getting that space. We cut a hole in our wall. I spent, I don't know, 2 weeks cleaning it up, laying down rubber, all that kind of stuff. Then the property got reappraised. And the value of the property went from about $700,000 to $2.8 million in a year because of all the work that we had done to it and being in an up and coming area. I'm responsible for a certain percentage of taxes. Well, that took my tax bill from $10,000 to $40,000. So after I had told the members, done all that work, literally everything was done. We had programs that were set to roll out of there. I had signups for new programs with new clients that I hadn't met before that were expecting something of me. And I had to tuck my tail between my legs, turn around, walk away from that space. Thank God my landlords let me out of the lease, and go to the membership and just own my mistake. Own that I got too excited, that I shouldn't have said anything yet because it wasn't finalized. We weren't done all the way. And so that's the lesson that I have for you there is A, communicate for sure. I've made videos about that before, but B, you need to make sure that you're communicating what you know to be true. And if there is any chance that that might not be the case, communicate that as well. Where I will say I was successful here is through that sort of unwinding, it really bought a lot of respect from the members in owning my mistake and telling them why this was happening. And man, it really was just an eye-opening moment for me that communication is king, and it's really hard to make an outcome occur or make something happen. And so you need to be very, very careful with what you're putting out to the membership. All right, guys, those are 2 ways that I made giant mistakes, took some lessons from them, and brought them forward with me. And even in those days, in those dark moments, some days, man, it felt like I was taking 100 steps backwards, but I still got out there and I moved that dirt, and I want you to do the same thing. All right, guys, I'm Jay Cohen, owner of Locomotion Fitness, longtime Two Brain business client. I hope that these videos are helpful for you. If they are, like this video, hit that notifications bell, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. I want to see you around, help you out, have some cool interactions, so that I know what you want to see more of. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.